All right. I'm super duper happy to have you here on the call this morning. And I want to tell you, I'm so happy to see you here. Some of us about, wow, you are early risers, foresight. I wish I had prepared a gift for the early risers, people that are catching up on the training this morning. It takes a lot of sacrifice. Please don't mind my voice, just train my voice. But I said today it must be done. No matter what it takes, we must just get it done. Uh, Tried some things to get the stuff out, and I think it's even better now. It's better now. I've been doing a lot of talking, but today I'm most excited to see you, that you are here on the call today. We're not going to waste time. We just have between the hours of 7 and 7:30 to get everything done. So what you can just do is quickly, you can just share this link with any of your loved ones, people that you want to be part of this call. You can just share the link with them quickly, let them be part of the call. It's a transformational period for many of us. And I can tell you that after this time out, you will be transformed. You will have a different concept about wealth creation and generating generational wealth for your children. You know, just like I was trying to illustrate to some persons just a couple of days ago. Growing up, people say, "Oh, I want my children to be better than me," and things. But unfortunately, many persons don't even have the template to do it. We're just following the old templates. These are some of the things that we're going to be addressing in this 90 days training. Imagine 90 solid days. You can imagine the kind of tons of information that you'll be bagging in these 90 days. It's no joke, I tell you. I wish I had enough time. I would have reeled out some of the things that you stand to learn in this period. Financial, when you talk about this financial intelligence things, a lot of people feel, oh, what is anybody going to tell me about financial intelligence? Are they going to tell me how to spend my money? Are they going to tell me this? But my coming up, growing up, and as a professional, I have come to understand that it is not about professionalism. Some of these things are common sense. Some of these things you might never come across. Some of these things you might never know. So, just in the few minutes that we have, I want you to quickly send the message to share it with one or two persons that are in your network, one or two relatives that you feel should get this information that is going to lead to a transformation. I'm so happy to have you here, and I know that your time here will not be wasted. When we try to keep it anywhere we stop exactly on or before the 7:30 hour. So, ladies and gentlemen, get let's get started. I think I know anyone that is coming now or after, because I know a lot of persons who are saying, "Is it not too early?" Well, let's just get it done. If we put it in the afternoon, we just gotta get it done. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us start off. If you are watching the recording, oh, congratulations, because you made a commitment to yourself to still be part of this. And what I want you to do is to click on the subscribe button and also like every video that we do, so that you'll be able to get prompted when the next video is dropping. So once again, you are welcome. All right, let's just go straight to the topic of the day. You know, a couple of years ago, trying to tell us what are the things that prompted or that is prompting this kind of training. You know, a couple of years ago, as a young man growing up, parents, I have wonderful parents, and every time my father will always tell me, Shola, read your book. I want you to be better. My dad happens to be he was a military man, he was in the Nigerian Air Force, and a passionate soldier, and he was always telling me and my younger ones, read your books. I want you to graduate. He wasn't a graduate anyway, but he read and the levels he could get to. And every time he's saying that I want you to attain heights that I have not attained. I want you to read because in reading there is success. That time I remember he will sing one song to us, Batareado ko ko ka ti o ba kawere, Batareado ko ko ka. And we just felt reading was the next best thing that could happen to anybody. Went ahead, got us to the best schools. But on graduation, after graduating, becoming a chartered accountant with the years of experience, I began to see things different in a different light. I don't know how many of you had that same experience where you are told, oh, get educated. After your education, you are going to get this, it's going to be this, you are going to work somewhere and things. But ladies and gentlemen, things have changed. Things have changed. And the problem or the major challenge that we have is that despite the fact that things are changing, most of us in our mentality, we are not changing. Hence, we get trapped in the 9 to 5. We get trapped putting our children in the same circle that we went through. You put your children, you follow the same template. You send your children to some of the best schools. You do everything. You say, oh, I'm going to make them comfortable. The only thing that you never did for them, the only thing that you never prepared them for, because you were not even knowledgeable about it, was to create a cash asset for them, was to create a cash flow for them. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how good the school your children will go to, that the children of Dangotes are not going there, that the children of the Illuminus are not going. They are going to even maybe better schools than your children are going to. But outside, apart from the fact that their children are going to good schools, they are also preparing what they call cash flow for their children. Well, before we go deep, because when we start talking about cash flow, cash assets, and things, it might be Greek to some persons because some of us don't have that financial background. So you might not really understand it. But I'm going to tell you, we will break it down in the course of this 90 days training. And we're going to break it down for you that you will have quick understanding on it, and you'll be able to train other persons. The essence of this training is to help us have a community of financial coaches. Please, I want you to know, because everybody has a reason for doing something. We are building a community of financial coaches. And for us to have the community of financial coaches, then the coaches, excuse me, the coaches must know what financial intelligence is. Now, before we go on, for those of you, maybe this is the very first time you are getting in touch or you are connecting with me on this media, well, my name is Olushola Popola, a chartered accountant and investment advisor, and also a life coach. All my life, I've been dedicated to training people on financials, how you can manage personal finance, and help your children to develop and have wealth reserved for them. Somebody will say, Why should I reserve words for my children? Why am I sending them to school if I'm the one that to reserve words for them? Then that parents might not be facing the reality. Because reality is this. In the past, people, you could just say, after this, go to job and things, you can get a job here, you can work here, and you get this much. But today, in reality, I put it to you, let's say for any reason, by a sign of miracle, your child grows up now. Some of us have children in the university, some of us, our children have graduated, some persons listening to me, even maybe your children are, you are you're a grandpa or a grandma already, whichever category you fall in. But let's take a child that grows up today, went to some of the best schools in the country, and then gets a job today. I want to ask, how much do you think that child will be paid? How much do you think that child will be paid? You want to put it in the comment section. You can just type it in the comment section. Just type it in the comment section that how much do you think that kind of child will be paid? I'm coming from the point of reality. And I don't want to come here to talk motivational talk. I want us to have a deep understanding of what is ahead of us and what we need to do. Just type it in the comment section. If a child gets a very good job in a very good paying place, how much do you think he will or he or she will be paid? All right, as I wait that, let me continue. Now, when we talk about financial intelligence, it is impossible to talk about financial intelligence without the right mindset. It is difficult to talk about financial intelligence without the right mindset. The money that is going to make that the kind of things that will give your children financial freedom, the kind of thing that will make your children to have financial freedom is not based on the money in your account. All right, I can see, okay, 250,000, awesome, 150,000. Thank you very much. I can see a lot of our leaders on the call. Thank you very much for being on time there. Now let me just, because of our time, the mindset the kind of mindset that you have carried up to now, to be able to provide for your children up to now, that mindset, excuse me, that mindset may not be enough to create or take you to the next level or take them to the next level. And it is your responsibility to do so. So the first thing we need to address on this first day of this 90 days training is your mindset. You've got to develop the right mindset. It's a 90 days training. And I tell you, along the way, it's not everybody that started it that will complete it. Along the way, some people, not because of debt or anything, but because, can I continue? Is this thing turning to money in my pocket? I'm looking for money. I rather go look for money than listen. And that is the mindset. So you have to take away that mindset and have that success mindset. For you to have a success mindset, you must first of all be able, firstly, you must be able to define what is success. Now, I love this definition by Napoleon Hill in this book called The Stranger's Secret. He said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is the progressive. Success is not sudden, ladies and gentlemen. You are the beginning of a new year. And there's a tendency that you want to run helter-skelter. You want to do everything possible to make it. But let me tell you once again, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Now, when you talk about progressive realization of a worthy ideal, that means you have set something in front of you. There's something I can call a goal ahead of you, a worthy ideal. What is that worthy ideal that you have for your family? What is that worthy ideal that you have for your children? What is that worthy ideal that you have for yourself? One of the major difference between the rich and the poor is this. I want you to note this. Major difference between the rich and the poor is that the rich have goals. The poor do not set goals. I want you to take notes. And by the way, I expect that if you are going to be on this call for this long, you need a writing material. You need something to write with. Your brain cannot carry everything that we'll be talking about. So please get something to write with so that you can go through afterwards. The rich set goals. The poor do not set goals. You ask me, Shola, how do you know? Over the period, I had a privilege of working with one of the biggest multinational companies in the country. And what I saw in that place was that when it's getting to the end of the year, say like October, the management of that organization we begin to do what we call budget annual business plan. And we begin to plan for the next year. What is the production we are going to be having? How many sales are we expecting? How much sales? What are we going to be paying out in salary? And every other thing like that. But then I come to look at it. These companies have been there from time immemorial. And they continue to thrive. Why? Because they plan. Have you heard of this word? He who fails to plan has planned to fail. Let me ask you quickly. Excuse me. What do you have a written plan for 2025? It doesn't matter the year you are listening to me. Some of you could be listening to this in the year 2027, year 2030. But the question is this. Do you have a written plan for your life? Do you have a written plan for your family? Do you have a written plan for your children? What you don't plan for, you don't expect. As the year goes, year in, year out, your children are growing. Yet, no single plan. The only plan that you have is for them to go to good schools, wear good clothes, be well educated. That is the major plan that you have for the year. Do you have financial plans for them? Have you thought of it, that it is possible that what you are not able to achieve at their age, that when your child becomes 18, 20, they can achieve it by adequate planning? Somebody told me, said, Shola, how do I plan for them to be successful when I myself am not successful yet? And I said, when we say success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, what is a worthy ideal? A woman that is teaching children in school as a teacher and is committed to making the children to succeed, and these children are able to pass their exam, that is a successful woman. Success is not a function of how much is in your pocket. No. Success is not a function of how many houses that you have built. No. You plan to do a thing and you walk it through. You plan to do a thing and you walk it through. Success is that parent that says, I'm going to make a financial plan for my children, and it begins to do it. And it continues to do it. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, he continues in that plan. That is a successful parent. Are you aware that somebody can be successful in business and fail as a parent? All right? Someone can be successful as a business person. Somebody can be successful as a pastor. He can be successful as an engineer. He can be successful but fail as a parent because he failed to plan. He failed to plan the microsystem. Everything is just thinking about is, I'm giving my wife money to take care of the children. To take care of the children? just to take care of them? You think that is the essence of all this? How well are you planning? It depends on your mindset. And this is what we're addressing today, first day of this training. Please to pardon me, I just have some challenges. It's going to fade away. All right. So you plan for your children and you say, I want them to be successful. And you begin to do some certain things. Then 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, if you are consistently doing what you say you are going to do, we count you a successful person. So, for you to be successful, there must be a goal that you are pursuing. What is your goal? Your goal could be, oh, I am 30, I am 40 years, I am 50 years, I'm 60 years. I didn't have to build my house until I was 40, until I was 50. But I don't want the same thing for my children. I want my child or my children, each of them, to build their own house by the age of 25. They should have built their own house, not based on the money that I give them, but on the teaching of financial intelligence that I'm going to provide for them. Wow, is that a good goal to pursue? Do you consider that a good goal? A good goal can be, my child is in the university, my child is in secondary school, and I'm looking at something. By the time he graduates, I don't want him to go and do a 9-to-5 job. I want to prepare him for a business so that he will be able to have a business of his own. I worked for a company, my wife worked for a company, my father worked for a company, all of us, but can I have these children do or start up a business? So I will begin to teach them business skills that will empower them so that as the time they are graduating, they can settle into a business and there's financial provision for them. Do you think that is a good goal? Excuse me. The progressive realization of a worthy ideal. The progressive, and you begin to do some certain things. I'm going to teach you those things that you will do in a certain way over a period of time that will make this to come. So when we look at the goal, one, you must set smart goals concerning yourself and your family. We just started a new year. I want you to take this thing serious. Hell serious, guys. You cannot afford to end this year like you ended the last year. There must be a significant change. So how are we going to do it? You set smart goals. I've had all these things before, but last year I wrote my goals. Nothing happened. Nothing is going to happen, and nothing will ever happen if you don't do it in some certain ways. When you set goals, there are some certain things that you have to follow. I'm not saying wishful thinking. I'm not saying New Year resolution. New Year resolution is different from the goals that you set for yourself. You set the goals for yourself. You set the goals for your family. So you set the goal smart. And when we say smart, the goal must be specific. You must be specific at what you want to do. Like I can have a goal that for each of my children, I want to have in their accounts, in their savings account, I want to have 200,000 naira by the end of this year. Depending on your capacity, on my children's account, no matter their age, as long as they are my children, I want to commit to depositing 50,000 naira each into their accounts every month for the next 3 years. That is what? A goal. I am specific at it. Why am I being specific? If you are not specific on your goal, I know I'm going to be saving some monies for my children. I know that very soon they are going to be. You are just vague. You will never start anything. You will never do anything. But when you put a specific thing to it, why do you want to do it? My calculation is that by the time Junior is getting to this level, he should have so much in financials. specific. Your goal must be measurable. When you say measurable, excuse me, when you say your goal must be measurable, if I say this is what I want to achieve by the end of this year, I want to deposit, I want to be having 50,000 naira savings, 100,000 naira savings for my children each month, each of them to have 100,000, and I might not have 100,000. Oh, you're depending on who you are and what you're doing. You just could just be, can you just even commit yourself to just 5,000 naira monthly for the future of the children? Whatsoever, you can be outside the country, can you commit yourself to just $10 monthly, $50 monthly, set aside? If you commit yourself to this and you're able to measure it, if I do this for this certain period, this is what it's going to relate to. Measurable. The next thing is achievable. Achievable. Oh, my child is 12 years old. By the time he's 16, I want him to have a house of his own. Is it achievable? It's not that it's not achievable. We have seen 16 years old that are doing it. But the question I'm going to ask you is this. What skill, what is the business that you have on ground or that you are planning to do that will help you to actualize it? Don't just make wishful thinking. Be serious and be committed. Set achievable goals. The next one is, I've talked about being specific. You must be able to measure it. It must be achievable. And then the last one, it must be time bound. You must be able to set it. So one of the things I want you to do as we wrap up today is this. You have to go set up goals for yourself, one, for your family, and for each of your children. Be responsible. If you are not married, you are still waiting to have a child, can you write out that goal for yourself and for your unborn child? I want you to write it down. He said, write the vision, make it plain. And tomorrow when we come around, we'll be able to look at how did you write it. I'm going to be shedding more light on how you write your goals so that you're going to be able to achieve that goal. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I want to assure you, I need you to be committed to attending this class. It's going to just be 30 minutes. And after watching, you can come back again and watch it again. We have to start slowly today because this is just the first day. And we need to build some foundation before we start talking about financial intelligence. If not, if we talk about the whole financial intelligence, at the end, if the mindset is not correct, nothing will happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to do something for me. Kindly share, click on the like of this video, click on that button, like the video, click on the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel so that you can further get notification, and then also share this video and notify your friends that this is going to be an everyday thing. I tell you, they will come back to appreciate you for what you have done for them. I just want to believe that in this short class, you've been able to learn one thing, how time flies. I thought we were able to do so much, but how time flies. But then this is about time. I want you to click on share it to as many persons. Let them join us tomorrow, 7 a.m., same time, same channel. And by that time, I can assure you, by the grace of God, this coffee and things would have been settled. I want to really appreciate you once again for finding and taking out time to be on this call. God bless you. As you go into the week, as you go into the year, you will operate under open heavens. You will encounter favor from God. You will encounter favor from men. The time that you are investing in your personal development will not be wasted. Your labor over yourself and your children will never be in vain. The Lord will strengthen you. The Lord will cause his face to shine upon you, and will grant you peace on every side. Everybody might say it's going to be a challenging year. It might be challenging, but there can be peace in your own camp. We are not just going to be saying it. We will be practicalizing it, taking ourselves step by step on how to achieve this goal. We will succeed together. Once again, it's your friend and partner, Olushola Upola. Do have a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye-bye.